Hi, I'm Darryl Oliver. I'm a director at Ingram Micro. Globally work with hyperscalers like AWS on the portfolio of vendors that can be transacted through AWS Marketplace. If you're listening and you want to get in the raffle for this, we'll be awarding this right after our session, so please just go up to Michael, there's a fishbowl, put your cards in, and an introduction quickly, Anna.
Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia Quinn, and I'm a program manager here at Ingram Micro, and we help partners and ISVs accelerate through their business through private offers on AWS Marketplace. Very excited to be here.
So who knows Ingram Micro? Raise hand. Okay, we got a couple friends here. For some of you that don't know Ingram Micro is a $50 billion plus company globally. We have over 200,000 partners, channel partners. We have over 55 million customers that are going through those partners. We've been in business for over 40 years. We do IT distribution, so not only do we do cloud, but we also do hardware. We do on-premise software, we do cloud services with hyperscalers, and we also do software licensing and a lot of technology. About 90% of technology goes through Ingram Micro in some way through our partners to end customers around the world. So that's Ingram Micro. I've been at Ingram Micro, back at Ingram Micro I should say, for 12 years. I started the organization before it was called cloud. It was called Seismic Hosted and Managed Services. So we were working with some of the partners on their journey to the cloud, and we still do that today. We're going to focus on the AWS Marketplace and how we help enable customers, partners, ISVs with the marketplace and negotiating private offers with some of the vendors that we'll talk about later.
Ingram Micro is a Premier AWS Consulting Partner and a global distributor, accelerating growth of both partners and ISVs in both public and commercial, or public sector and commercial business. Ingram Micro has been an AWS partner since 2013 and is the largest distribution partner operating across all global regions. Ingram Micro has obtained several AWS program validating competencies and AWS service validations, including migration, DevOps consulting, Amazon EC2, and AWS validations. We believe that we play an important role when it comes to AWS channel.
So one thing I was going to ask you guys, some of the partners raised their hand. Who does not only know Ingram Micro, but also you do your AWS business through Ingram Micro today? Not yet. Good, we got a lot of opportunity, Anna.
Awesome. Like I was saying, is that we believe that we play an important role when it comes to the AWS ecosystem by building on AWS technology in ways that deliver even greater customer value.
So, I was talking earlier about our portfolio. There are thousands of listings on AWS's Marketplace. Ingram Micro, we have about 1,700 different vendors that we've been selling globally for, like I said, 40 years. But now, we don't just have 1,700 vendors, we have all the vendors that have made their services available through the AWS Marketplace. So if you're a customer and you're buying your AWS, you can also buy anything in the marketplace. If there's certain vendors that you're used to doing kind of a negotiated deal, maybe you have an enterprise agreement with Cisco, maybe you work with IBM. Instead of going on to AWS's Marketplace and just ordering at a regular public listed price, you can negotiate a deal through a private offer. So we help you work with the vendor to understand what your normal enterprise agreement is. We work through that opportunity. Being a distributor, it's okay if it's a hardware solution, if there's warranty on that hardware, if there's on-premise software that you're doing a solution with and it's cloud, we help you all through that solution, depending on your budget, depending on the partner, they may be doing professional services. Sometimes Ingram Micro also, we help with professional services. I'll talk a little bit about that later. So we can help you with all the vendors working through a private offer, negotiating a deal through AWS Marketplace. There's many vendors, there's professional services that can go through. We will help you negotiate those deals. We'll help you. Who has an EDP or knows what an EDP is with AWS? Okay, for some of you who don't know, it's an enterprise discount program. It's committed spend with AWS. If you have committed spend, let's say he has $10 million in an EDP, he has to spend $10 million. Well, what if you don't do $10 million in your AWS consumption? What would you do? You buy something else with it, right? So you need to buy some other vendors with it. Do you want to pay regular public listed pricing on it? No, you do not. You want to pay the normal price that you used to buy that. Maybe you're doing it through a partner. And a private offer not just includes Ingram Micro, but also our partners. So a partner, a channel partner, can also get compensated for helping you guys with that solution through the AWS Marketplace.
Ingram Micro brings everyone together, including AWS, ISVs, and channel partners to give customers a better procurement experience when it comes to buying technology on AWS Marketplace. As a solutions aggregator, we are your strategic channel ally, connecting lead ISVs with our channel partners' professional and value-added services. We help organizations buy down on their commitments through customized private offers. To illustrate some of the benefits that customers are seeing by procuring their technology through AWS Marketplace, recent studies have shown that 66% of customers saw accelerated time to value, meaning they are streamlining their overall procurement and deployment processes. Additionally, customers were, 44% of them were consolidating their IT spend, taking advantage of the centralized management capabilities. Additionally, customers are seeing a 10% overall decrease in their licensing cost, showcasing how AWS Marketplace is not only saving customers time, but also money.
So, normally when you're looking for a solution, if you're a customer, sometimes you have a staff internally, you have some IT group that's going through a project. Sometimes you're bringing in an MSP, a CSP, a reseller to help you with that solution. It could be, like I said, it could be hardware, it could be an on-premise, you have servers, now you need to migrate it to the cloud, maybe you're doing a hybrid cloud or multi-cloud. You're usually going to be involving multiple people within your organization. Sometimes you need help from a partner, technically. So this is kind of how a flow works. Usually you work through, as a customer, you work through a partner, you work through Ingram Micro. Ingram Micro has an account with AWS, and it all goes through the AWS Marketplace. So it looks like a lot of spaghetti up there, but it's a real simple process, and we've been doing it for many years. We've had deals that have been as small as $100 all the way up to our latest, which is a $14 million deal. The overall solution with that $14 million deal was $45 million worth of technology, including hardware, professional services, cloud, and also doing other things with services. So these are all the things that we do. Security services, we can do security assessments, we do anything from assessments, discovery, we do workload migrations, we can do pen testing, we can, if you're a partner and you just don't have the scale, you need help because you got a lot of projects going on at one time, Ingram Micro can complement it. If you're just learning how to do solutions, we can help you train. We work with partners like Pluralsight to help you get your AWS certifications, and get a better practice. So Ingram Micro We also can help with integration. So if you're an ISV or if you're a partner, you need to get integrated to what AWS calls ACE, which is their software CRM. You know, we have partnerships. We can help you with that journey as well. Some of that stuff, there's some very creative ways into helping you get that done very quickly. We also, we can go through the whole process, right? From doing an assessment, doing the budget planning on what is the project, we can phase it all out. We can negotiate the offer, like we said. We can wrap in those professional services, and we can migrate and deploy in stages, depending on if you have multiple locations, depending on timing. An example, Ingram Micro, we have certain times that we go in code freezes. Probably some of you that have a lot of business going on Cyber Monday or the holidays, there's certain times where you don't want to be doing deployment into production environments. We help with the performance management overall, and also renewal management. Who has a problem with renewals? If you have, like Ingram Micro, you probably have, I don't know, maybe 30 different software applications that you have licenses and renewals, and some of those renewals are 1 year, some of them are 2 years, some are 5 years, some of your stuff is billed on a monthly basis. How do you track when you guys have to have that? How do you negotiate the best? How do you consolidate, like Anna was saying earlier, so that you can consolidate all that spend and get the best discounts from all the technology and through AWS to get the largest EDP that you possibly can, maximizing. And then you can also work with our teams and the partners on modernizing, your infrastructure and your overall solutions. Now, I think we're done, right? Now it's time to raffle off. All right.
Be the lucky winner.
Michael, let's pick a card.